Good morning, top of the week. Today is August 26, 2019, approximately 9:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is Olawale Okabola with Spartacus Trading Corporation, where serious advanced traders come to train and learn. I purposely held off on a recap and a early pre-market report because of all the volatility and things going on in the market. I just wanted to let things shake out so I can get a better idea of how the overnight inventory is playing out and what kind of effect it will have coming into today. Now that I have enough information, I'm doing a quick and dirty um, pre-market report so that way I can get ready for the trading day. Quickly going with the monthly bar, just to keep things in context with one time framing down 1 month on the monthly. Going to the weekly. This is where it gets interesting. These weekly bars are very is the key to the trade this week. One thing that you want to pay attention to that takes precedence over all the noise is that we have an inside weekly bar. Last week was contained in the prior week. That usually means it's a breakout situation. You want to go with the trade if you're breaking out. Say, for example, of the low, we have two lows that are not that far from each other. You can expect, not expect, but the chances, the chances increase, the odds increase that we probably would challenge these two lows. So you want to pay attention to that whenever the market, but keep the context in mind. But whenever the market is ready to make an assault on that low, right now we're trading way above that low. Likewise, on the high, we take out this weekly high. The next target is their prior week's high, and then we'll continue to monitor one time frame and value any breakout from there. On the daily, we're one time framing down on the daily bar, okay, and we have a double distribution, which I'll show you on the profiles. Hold on, let me bring up the profiles real quick. Okay, looking at the profiles, I got 9 minutes before the open. Um, we have a double distribution for any change going on in the market from the downside momentum. We need to fill this double distribution. Let's just keep everything plain and simple. Okay. First signal of any possible change from the downward momentum. I'm using this reference as a rally high, this G high. When the market was breaking in one time frame, and this G stopped the one time framing for the first go round, and then the market traded lower. Right now, this yellow line shows where the overnight is trading. Let me bring in the overnight. Hold on. Okay, we got a very tricky situation when we consider the overnight inventory. Okay, I was talking about this G high as my rally high that I'm going to use as a reference for my rally high. I'm a practitioner, not a theorist. Some would say that's not a rally high. I'm going to use it as a rally high. So I want to see where value develops in regards to this reference. If value develops lower, then we have a chance to now challenge the overnight single prints. Let's talk about these overnight single prints. These overnight single prints represents a new auction. This is the most current information we got. It represents a new auction to the upside. If there's any momentum or anything going to the downside, we will close this overnight single prints and we'll proceed to trade lower. Keep in mind, folks, with value is concerned, right now, even if we begin to trade lower, we'll still have overall unchanged value. So that tells me we could have some rotation up and down. The only thing that would suspend unchanged value is one time framing down. But remember, that is only a suspension when we're one time framing down. If one time framing cannot continue, or we get a double distribution that takes us through here and down through these lows that I talked about earlier, then more than likely we could get snapped back depending on the development of the point of control. If we trade higher, first clue is that value is developing above this rally high. Okay, as you can see from my charts, which I usually don't show this stuff, we got some stops up above. I already know what's going on above the market if we get there. I already know what's going below the market if we get there. So what does my chart say? Know the context. Know the context. I'm not a mechanical trader. I want to know the context before I enter any trade. Okay, so if value is building above what I'll call this rally high, then we have some single prints to close this double distribution. That could be a go with trade. The market needs to behave like it's in single prints. We want to see one time framing for continuation or a dynamic double distribution that holds and take us higher. Even with that said, we should begin to get for more continuation up, overlapping the higher value. Right now, with all the emotions in the market, I'm going to let this market just shake out probably in the first 30 minutes since we're trading near the center of range. This green bar represents the center of range. Let me shrink the range. That way we can really look at what's going on. So I shrink the range of yesterday, Friday, and the overnight. So basically, as I'm saying, we got unchanged value at the open. Want to let things shake out before you decide to place a trade. There's a lot of emotions in the market. I imagine that there's some stops underneath here. We got the overnight long from when we opened and made that low. It's been long ever since. So you could get some trigger of the stops below. But if there's anything serious, we need to start getting into these overnight single prints and trade at least one time frame and get some kind of momentum to the downside. That's really all I got for you on a weekly. You want to pay attention to the weekly settle when it's all said and done. Are we above or below last week's settle? Gives us some kind of orientation for the week. The news coming out this week, it's pretty light, so we're all subject to geopolitical news coming out when we don't even know when it'll come out. So, sorry for the rush, but I need to get ready for today. This is Olawale Okabola of Spartacus Trading Corporation, wishing you a good day.